The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café.
Welcome to this episode of Pit Life BBQ. Gather around the pit with your hosts, Johnny Mags and Messy Mike. Let's talk barbecue.
What's up, everybody? Coming to you live from the Studio 21 Podcast Café in beautiful Salem, New Hampshire. It's the Pit Life BBQ podcast where we talk everything barbecue and a lot of other topics that you would normally talk around the pit. As always, I'm joined by Messy Mike.
Hi.
How you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Good. And we have our returning guest.
I can't believe you had me back.
The one and only Sean Hopkins. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. Trying to recover from the Patriots Super Bowl, but I'm doing good.
Oh, yeah, that's right. What happened on that one?
There was a game or something.
Yeah, they did some things that the local sports team.
The number six comes together. Yeah, I'm not going to break everyone's balls. Yeah, we won. That's it.
Had a parade.
Had another parade.
Had a parade.
Second parade in 93 days. Just saying.
Wow.
Quite a drought.
Good statistics right
How
there.
about that, huh? 93 days. Red Sox had theirs. 93 days later, the Patriots had theirs.
Yep. Now we're on to next season.
We're on to spring training, son.
Well, yeah, spring
We
training.
still got the Celtics.
Truck
Celtics
day.
doing good.
Celtics doing good. Bruins are doing good. Yep.
Bean pot.
We'll see.
Bean pot.
Huskies in the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Huntington Hounds.
The bean
Who
pot.
are they playing on Monday, right?
They're playing Boston College, and the funny thing is my wife went to BC and I went to Northeastern, so yeah.
A little rivalry going on.
Well, it hasn't been a rivalry until recently. It got so bad, she actually said to me a couple of years ago, I hope Northeastern wins. And that's like, well, that's great, but yeah, I got it's a pity vote. Oh, you poor little hounds. But no, I think they're ranked 12th in the country right now. So
Awesome.
Hockey is dynamite. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Oh,
Yeah, the bean spot tournament's fantastic.
Beans.
Oh yeah. Gee. Now you're making me hungry, man. I wish we had snacks.
John,
Well-
I swear to God, as soon as I said beans, I'm thinking Homer Simpson. I thought you were going to go, pot. Bean.
All this talk about food, I wish we had some snacks.
I think we
Snacks.
do. Did someone bring something in today?
I smell something else other than my cigar here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
There's a little something going on outside the front door as we speak here.
Yes,
Sean.
there is.
Yeah, what do we got cooking? Or is it a surprise?
Should it be a surprise?
I don't know. I think it's...
I mean, I brought you something.
That's very nice. Thank you.
All right, so I'll how about this? I'll just generically talk about what's going on. So what's going on?
Teaser.
For those of you that came out today, thank you. So what's going on out front is I have a little Char-Griller's Akorn Jr. I call him Mike, and he's set outside. It's a Kamado cooker, and it's 14-inch round cooking grate. And inside I'm cooking some things. And I have set up Flame Boss to control it while we're here, and it's doing it live. Like, we actually connected to the internet, and we are controlling Ike through Flame Boss from the studio.
So we are currently in the studio, obviously, but at the same time, we're actually talking to Ike outside.
Yep.
Yes.
Ike's running
That's
great.
Fantastic.
It's set at 235. We wanted to have some treats come off at about 5:15, 5:30.
Yep.
So that's coming up, and I purposely did not eat all day because I know what's going on because I prepped it last night.
I haven't eaten all day either, so this is fantastic.
Oh, I have.
But now,
I can't go much. I can't go long.
But the thing that sucks is, you just bought all this charcoal, right?
Yeah.
So you bought every Home Depot out of charcoal. But now, immediately after this episode,
Yeah.
Claudia's going to have to go get you a Valentine's gift, and it's going to be a Flame Boss.
We've already been through that. We already got my Valentine's.
Oh, that's
Day gift
right.
'cause she's sucking me into it with my own money.
Yep, the Webbers.
Genius. She was out time and effort to drive there.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
Did
She's on an hourly
she
rate
take
right
your
now.
temperature on this?
No, I kind of took hers, figuring I was onto something. Then I thought about it for a minute. I'm like, I got suckered.
Brilliant.
It was with my own damn money that she bought my present
That's
with.
the best way to do it.
Yeah, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Weber Kettle Performer, beautiful. Oh,
Ask him where it is right now.
Where's that Weber kettle right
It's
now?
in my living room.
Yeah. What's it doing in the living room?
I had surgery, so I can't lift. So it's got to sit there until I can lift it outside.
Oh, I thought you were cooking on it or
His kids play on it every night.
They're playing on it every night. And
bang
I'm
on the
getting
drum.
jealous. Then I got another one downstairs.
Oh boy.
But the Kamado, I mean, the Char-Griller, I mean, it's.
Oh,
I didn't think highly of it until I actually saw it up close, and I mean, you can fit quite a lot of stuff on that. So if you do a lot of tailgating or portable grilling, and I mean that's a perfect thing to have just for that purpose. I mean,
that's exactly what we're doing right now. It went in my car, and now it's downstairs, and I'm gonna go say hi to you, little buddy, pretty soon. If I don't come back, it's not that I'm eating all the food or I took it and left. It's I twisted my ankle and I'll require medical assistance.
So what do we got going on here with the numbers and
Oh, so I got here 45 minutes early and lit it with John downstairs. He got to see that happen, and that was fun. Mm-hmm. And right now, so we set it at 235. If you scroll to the graph, you can see that once it got back to temperature, it leveled out real nice, so it's cooking along. What's really great about this is the third cook on the one load of charcoal that I put in there. That's nice. Where these types of cookers pay for themselves, in that when you close the top and the bottom, you save the charcoal. It's not like the stick burner where once you Weber Smoky Mountain or a kettle, once you light those things, all that charcoal is going to burn. Unless you take it out and risk.
So you're just lighting the existing charcoal that was in there. You didn't add anything to it.
Correct.
Wow.
Correct.
Impressive.
Yeah, and this, like the little one I'm cooking on right now. We took it to the AFC Championship game last year against Jacksonville and cooked outside, and we cooked for 6 hours on a battery. Just up and down, changing temperature.
On the Flame Boss.
Oh, yeah, with the Flame Boss
nice.
and the Akorn Jr. And the thing was like only $125. And to get into this type of cooking for $125 and have it be portable, and if you add a Flame Boss to it, now you got a sophisticated thing. Like I just did a 30-hour cook. You saw the video.
Yeah, it's a beef knuckle.
A 9.5-pound beef knuckle on that little thing.
Not a moose
hours.
knuckle.
Not a moose knuckle.
A beef knuckle.
It's a beef knuckle, not a moose knuckle. The moose is a whole different animal.
Yep, it's a different knuckle.
Whole different animal. Delicious, of course.
I cracked myself up.
That's also a true statement.
And you need Wi-Fi to use it. So like we were talking, you might. Obviously, all phones nowadays have hotspots in them, so you could technically turn your phone into a hotspot, and now you have your Wi-Fi for the Flame Boss to talk to you.
That's an experiment I got to try. I think that would probably work. Flame Boss makes different units, and the one I brought today has a head unit, so I don't even need Wi-Fi to run it. Mm-hmm. You can run it from the controller there. And even the 400, a lot of people don't know about this, but it's a cool unit that they came out with that just is the fan, and it controls it just the fan. So pit probe, meat probe, fan. You don't have a head unit. But if you wanted to take that on the road and you don't have the head unit to control it, it goes by your last setting. So when you turn it on, even if you don't have the connection, it will run at the last setting that you had. So if you leave it at 225, you can still do that, and then you know how to control it.
Nice. Yeah, because you're selling me on one of these, already, and I haven't used the gadget ever.
I'm just freaked out right now. I'm surrounded by me. I look over here, I see Sean's phone, there I am. I look down here on my phone, there I am. I look up on the monitor, there I am.
Nice.
That's a lot
Good
of
thing
John.
I got a face for radio. I'm telling you that right now, Jack.
Seen better heads on lettuce.
Yeah, damn straight. Had to lose the beard today because that was pissing me off.
We're both clean shaven today, actually.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was driving me nuts.
Yeah, it does once in a while.
After a while, it's like, whatever.
Yep.
Tried.
I just can't get there. Once it starts to like dig into my cheeks when I smile, I'm like out. I'm out.
It.
Well, you got to get past the pain stage. Right here under your neck, irritation, and then the lips right there. But then if you keep it, and then if you shave it, now you get the the redness there.
Yeah. My problem is I get the kind of long stragglers on the corners.
Yeah.
So I sit there with my tongue out the side of my mouth all day long, looking like a moron. But
Yeah, now you make it our problem, and that's
That's it.
not fair.
Yep.
It's not fair.
And
at all.
mine's like multicolored. It's like an Irishman's beard, but I'm Italian, so I don't understand it. But now that I'm older, now we got gray, red, brown.
let me tell you something. You must have been blessed somewhere down the line. There. So,
You think that's how that happened? I don't know.
So what else? The show last week with CJ was fantastic.
fantastic.
Yep.
We are
That
going to
was
be
cool.
actually joining CJ on Valentine's,
Valentine's
Day, next
Day,
Thursday,
February
the hot
14th.
seat.
Yep.
At 9 o'clock.
9
Eastern
o'clock our time.
9 o'clock our time.
Yep.
So 6 o'clock LA
So
time.
Yep. The both of us will be in the hot seat with CJ on Valentine's Day, answering his hard-hitting questions.
That's it.
So we'll see.
And everybody
There's some
else.
good-
It'll be a good time.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
It's a great show.
Oh, yeah.
CJ's
And
the best.
what I was also wanted to touch base today as well is Stevie Ray.
Steve Ray.
Steve Ray.
Yeah.
You-
Owl's Nest Barbecue Show.
Yes. So I was watching that when it was on last week. Sometime.
Last week's show,
Yep.
yeah, when we were talking about, he had Eric.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Eric brought up a great point, and
What's Eric's last name?
I have it. He brought up a great point, and the point was, it doesn't care what kind of rub you use or what's in your rub. You should always rub your meat with salt first, and then put your rub on after you put the salt on.
You should also do your homework so you know people's last goddamn
Oh,
names
shut
before you talk
up.
about them.
What was the theory of that?
Thomas.
Eric Thomas. He was on Barbecue Pit Masters a few times.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, but he's a master caterer, and people were just asking him questions, but he always likes to salt his proteins. Just let the salt get in there, break down the meat a little bit, and then put your rub on so you get the flavor all the way through. And tried it once this weekend, and I didn't get any bad reviews.
Then you also brined with pickle juice.
I did. You got to brine with pickle juice. It's
I do.
another. Okay, awesome. It's another world.
No. Meaning I do?
Oh
I need
yeah,
to?
yeah. It's another level.
Of what? Like what? Am I
Like chicken wings.
Chicken
So I
wings.
brine chicken wings and
I understand
and
why it works
dill
on
pickle
pickles.
Juice. Yep.
Because you're making pickles.
I
But-
spritz brisket with it.
Spritskit.
Brisket.
Brisket.
Yeah. Listen, I went to the Porky Pig's School of Speech here. All right, give me a break.
Hey.
And I also rub my wings with mayo. So before I
I've
rub
heard of
them,
that.
I rub them down with mayo, and then I put them in the fridge. Let the mayo kind of.
When the hell did you start doing that? Because you have a while ago.
When I want to.
So a while ago was obviously since
Wednesday.
August. Okay, because every time you've done wings, I've never seen a jar in the mayonnaise
John-
anywhere near.
No.
John's
And-
like a jilted lover on this. You never told
You
me.
never told me that.
You never
It's
told
all-
me.
All this time you were rubbing your wings in mayonnaise. I didn't know anything about it.
I gotta
How
keep some
could
stuff
you?
a secret, you know.
Get to
How
watch.
could you?
But I put them in a little bit of mayonnaise, put it in the fridge, and then I rub them, put them on smoke, and then I dust rub on top of them, put them in for like an hour, turn them over, put rub again, and then like 45 minutes to an hour, and they come out.
Sean, Natalie says hi.
Oh, Natalie's watching. Hey.
Natalie's watching.
She's
Ray Sheehan,
awesome.
what's up, brother? How are you? Yeah. Keep up with the chat room.
Oh,
I
what's
gotta
up,
do
Ray?
all this by myself.
What's up, Ray?
Oh, it's on yours. It's not.
No.
It's
Oh no, this is the feed on the site there.
fantastic.
Listen to questions just in case.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I will say
good.
Ray has
Mayonnaise.
some phenomenal products. He's got a phenomenal mop sauce and a phenomenal Kansas City barbecue sauce.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Love
I
them
like
both.
sauces. I like sauces.
Here's a thought. While you're talking about that, it's almost 5:20. I could probably go get some food.
Nice.
I think that's a great thought.
And then we might have some food porn coming
porn.
up in a couple of minutes.
All right.
All right, I'll do that. I'm gonna take you guys with me. Not you guys, but you guys. You're
We
on
got
the,
way too many
you're
people
in the
involved
know.
right now.
We got
You
too many,
have to stay
too
here.
many texts up here. Technical
I told
devices.
you, man, I am a low-tech man in a high-tech world.
Yep.
This is just throwing me off today.
Not anymore, because your yard's going to look like his pretty soon with million smokers and gadgets, and so you're right on your way.
Yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen. No, there is one roadblock. You want to talk about building a wall?
You could do it with all the smokers that you bought.
There is a wall. Who is a physical person?
Yes.
Who is, small person, but she'll stop me. She's figured out how.
Johnny, I got his stats right up here, so I can probably even tell.
Oh, there we go.
I can probably even tell when he's opening.
Oh,
that
yeah.
thing
Let's
up.
see
look at
this.
this.
All right, he's walking down the stairs. Just
Yeah.
great play-by-play. I feel like I'm Jim Nance at the Masters.
This is
He's
compelling.
walking
huh?
down
And
the-
Sean
walking
versus
down
Ike.
down the hallway right now, folks.
You know,
It's a beautiful day here at Augusta.
The pit temp was at 231. It's at
232 right now. Yep.
The fan output went up, right?
It'd be
It's really compelling.
yeah. This is
So what the hell
exciting
is
radio right now.
Yeah, anyone who's listened to this, sorry, this is definitely a visual aspect going on right now. This is
Oh. Nope.
32.
That's why see,
happening?
I love the gadgets and stuff, but again,
We're down to 230. All right,
Oh,
228.
so, all right, so
okay,
it's
the
open,
lid
so that's-
is open.
all right, that's crazy.
224.
and something just went to
220.
0%.
Yeah,
Wow.
the fan output, I guess.
yeah,
The
Okay.
fan
fan
must
output.
have shut off.
Wow.
Okay, because we're down to 207. We're dropping quickly here, folks.
I'll tell you that. I mean,
All right, we'll go back to your mugs.
yeah. If I had that on the green egg, I'd love it. I mean,
What green egg? What do you care? You just sold your green egg.
I did, but if the green egg
No,
was,
not to me, folks.
if the green egg was smaller, like that size,
Yeah.
which they do make a green egg mini, but if you had one of those things, it makes your life a hell of a lot easier.
Oh, God.
You can go to bed, you can, you wake up, boom, how are we doing? Oh, nice, all right. Still
yeah,
at temp,
you could
no
do
issues.
so much
Yeah.
with it. It looks like it's, like just listening to him and, watching Sean stuff, his posts on the page and everything.
Mhm.
Just a great product.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well worth it. Like you said, just it thinks for you.
Exactly.
So especially if you're doing a high volume of stuff. Like the last time he was on, he was telling us he was doing Pedro Martinez, his a charity event he had at Fenway Park.
Which
with
is
40
crazy
people.
because, doing stuff on all those separate grills,
It's a lot of
work.
It's a lot of work to keep up with everything.
Exactly.
And this does it all by itself.
Yep.
And it will notify you of, hey, you do the pit temp drop, something's going on. Oh, wait a minute. Something is going on here.
But you know what is nice? Having separate smokers. Now your lids, different proteins on one smoker, other proteins on another smoker. So
Hi, folks.
you're not
Sean's
opening,
back.
the lid as much. Plus the Flame Boss, now you're not opening it at all until you need to. And that's huge. I mean, I smell something delicious.
Oh, what is this little tray? Oh, Sean's traying stuff up as we speak, folks.
Yep.
We will have, little visual food porn coming up here momentarily.
Mm-hmm. So did you cook anything for the Super Bowl? Or
I
did
didn't cook anything.
No?
I can't do a damn thing.
That's right. That's right.
Because I can't lift nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm not even putting myself out. Oh, we got forks. I can lift forks. Oh, believe me. One thing I did know, I can lift a fork to my face.
You can do a lot of reading too. So when you are ready.
Butter and jelly hot sauce.
Peanut butter and jelly hot.
All right. So we got
Wow.
peanut butter and jelly hot sauce here.
All right, we gotta try that.
We do have to try it. I was gonna stick my finger in it, but
I'm going right with it. Give
So,
this a shot, folks.
yeah, we'll see. I smell mustard, but he said there's no mustard in it.
Sweet.
It is. Whoa, hold on.
Get a slight burn on the back end, but very slight.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey,
Went
Mike,
down the wrong pipe.
are you going hunting after the show?
I am not going hunting. I was thinking of that when I was picking up what to wear for the show. No, I'm not going hunting. It's what I had on. It's cold, so I don't have many winter clothes.
Want to try on the chicken wing.
Okay.
A lot of chicken wings.
And anybody feel free. Come up, grab 'em. Hold on. I don't want to just eat. I want to talk too, but I just want to try this. Hold on.
It's called dead air here.
Huh?
Look at that. Oh, this smells incredible. We need smell-o-vision.
All right, so the ribs are really good. Beautiful smoke ring on them. I don't know if you can see that. Thank you, Claudia.
This is why we have sleeves.
Yes. Yes, 100%.
Oh, look who it is. Smelled something, didn't you?
Oh, I thought he was going to come right on. He could have came right on.
Oh, he'll come up. Don't worry about that.
So, using and you were talking about, you're the same run of charcoal 3 times. And I know you don't have your headset on because I just noticed that, so I'm just trying to talk until you get your headset on.
That's all good.
And Sean's back.
What's your charcoal, your go-to charcoal?
Oh, that's actually pretty easy.
Okay.
But keep in mind, I experiment with charcoal all the time because you never know when you're going to come across a great value like Carbon del Sur or something like that. But the charcoal that I really prefer is Fogo charcoal. I think they have 5 different blends. The pieces that the size of the pieces are awesome, huge. I opened up my first bag. I was like, holy shit, somebody put a tree trunk in my bag of charcoal. The thing was this big. I actually had to break it up.
So it comes lump and briquette, or?
I don't know if they have a briquette. I haven't really looked at it. It was lump. I prefer lump charcoal. And then the one I really like from them, like they got a cool one. It's a eucalyptus blend. And I was cooking with it, and I kind of forgot what I was using, and I came back out. And I smelled it, and I was like, oh, my gosh, it's a secret. I'm like cooking with secrets.
What mixed flavor? Now, what'd you cook with that type of smoke?
That was a stuffed pork loin.
Okay.
And I stuffed it with garlic, spinach, and feta, and nice, like, herb de Provence rub. So nice. Did you try the wing with the peanut butter sauce?
I'm going in on the wings
yeah,
right
John's
now.
going in for the wings.
You got to draw me because I like things with handles.
Yep.
I like handles.
Hey, Sean, I've got a Flame Boss question for you.
Shoot.
So we were monitoring the situation while you were gone, so we could tell when you opened it. All the data updated, and I'll put it on there now for anyone following along. So,
sure.
So did you turn something off because the fan's not running, the temperature's up, so it's just charcoal burning now there?
All right, so I have the graph up, and if I scroll down, you can see the red line is the temp, and you see it jumped up pretty high there. So basically what happened was all the coals are going along. If you look around 5 o'clock, it's running at right at 235, which we set it at. Mm-hmm. And then as you move to the right, you see the dip. So that's when I opened everything up. You normally want to work quickly, but I brought my Facebook friends with me down, and then we got talking. So
those wings are incredible. Just to let you guys know, I'll be over here.
Johnny will be quiet for a while now.
So when I did that, I dumped a lot of oxygen into the pit.
Okay.
So the coals that were getting ready to go, that Flame Boss was keeping track of, they're like, oxygen party! Ah! And they probably didn't sound exactly like that. I don't speak charcoal. However, so the fan stays low, that's the green line. You see it's down at the bottom there because the pit rises. And now that it's spiked too high, the fan will stay off. Now, I didn't change any of the airflow, and all of this is airflow. I didn't change the top vent or the bottom vent. So unless something weird happened, like somebody went out to steal more food, I didn't see you the whole time.
No. I'm very quiet.
Was it you? Yeah. Maybe we'll make s'mores later. Anyway, So what's going to happen is the fan will stay off until the control comes back into range, right?
Okay.
So I'm watching the red line. It's peaking, and what are we at now? Let's see, 274. That's way high. So that's a good lesson. Don't leave the pit open while you're trying to do
These
stuff.
are great.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
So you had the ribs and the wings.
Yep.
Right.
That sauce with the wings is out of this world.
Oh, that's people loved it at the restaurant, and my wife's going to be mad because that's actually her supply, and I didn't tell her. So, I make more. I'll make more. This is a popper, so half of a jalapeno de-seeded, stuffed with pepper jack, wrapped in Italian sausage. I'd like you to try that as well.
Okay.
And again, you do have a knife and fork there if you want
Want to cut it?
to cut it.
Of course I want to cut it.
So you make I mean they call them ATBs, but jalapenos, cream cheese wrapped in bacon.
Oh yeah.
Do you have, because I know some people have mentioned this, but some people have a problem with the cheese oozing out or not staying in. Do you have any techniques or?
First of all, I never use the cream cheese.
Okay.
It's got such a low melting point that if your sausage wrapping is not perfect, it's just all gonna leak right out.
Look at this.
Yeah, look at that thing right there.
Oh wow.
Tell me that ain't freaking delicious. Oh my God. Look at the moisture.
Oh, now I'll eat it. Thank you.
Perfect. Can I have a napkin, please, John? Thanks, Mike. It's a good thing you protected John from having to do that. Lift a whole napkin.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Wow.
This is why people invite me places to cook for them.
Now that's a jalapeno.
De-seeded.
Yep.
Half a jalapeno, de-seeded, pepper jack cheese in it, wrapped in Italian sausage, and smoked.
All right, nice. Now, do you always de-seed just because of the heat factor?
I don't always de-seed because I do like them. I make
Okay.
them with habaneros, and I grow habaneros, and I have 2 habanero plants in my living room right now that actually still have 2 live habanero peppers on
the plant.
Yeah, I'll take a picture when I get home. I'll send it to
we're
you.
laughing at me about having a grill in the living room, and he's growing jalapenos in there.
I'm using my jalapenos.
We're closer than we think we are. Me and you, my friend.
Claudia. No.
That is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, just as soon as you bite into it, the flavor, like everything just hits you. It's awesome.
So if I had a catering company or something, I would be most interested to know that those are reheats. Right? So the wings were done Super Bowl Sunday. The ribs were done Super Bowl Sunday. The popper I did last night with some steak and chicken for tacos. I've been testing tacos for a reason. So, yeah. And then, look what I have here. Ooh, look at that. These are Scotch eggs. Now, one of the interesting things about the Scotch eggs is I don't do the traditional, I almost said Irish way for Scotch eggs. Anyway, I don't do the traditional hard-boiled egg with bland breakfast sausage. And I'm not entirely sure how these are going to come out, which is always a mystery and always a lot of fun for me every single time. So I do a soft-boiled egg, so I'm aiming that the yolk has not fully hardened. There should be some
Ooze.
A little bit of ooze, or at least you can see that it's not 100% set. Mm-hmm. And it has a way creamier texture. It is so good.
Well, plus now it acts as a dipping sauce too. Once it oozes, now it's a steak sauce.
Did you see the one where Tom Dixon was cutting the egg and it spurted out the top?
Yes.
That was magic. Yolk porn. That was fantastic. I also used, in this case, spicy Italian sausage. Mm-hmm. So it's going to have a little bit of a kick to it. And then, I did wrap it in bacon. I've been known to wrap things in bacon.
Makes everything better.
Yeah. But, so we're only doing this like 45, 50 minutes, which means the bacon is not going to get crispy.
Right.
So we have a blowtorch.
Yeah,
here,
so we're going to
ladies
have
and
to crisp that up. Yeah, baby. Fire!
Good thing it's a smoke shop.
Right.
So we won't be. I don't think we'll be setting any alarms off. I hope.
No, and I normally do this at home on a wooden cutting board, and so I didn't think twice about it. And a couple weeks ago, I took one of my nylon cutting boards, and you want to move your paper,
Sure.
your flammable paper, and I did this on a nylon cutting board, and it was just doing it like this, no big deal. And then afterwards, when we moved the Scotch eggs around, I had burnt the nylon cutting board, melted it, and it's black and not useful anymore. So that's why I'm not doing it on the cutting board today. My wife will be happy that I at least learned that lesson. You guys getting a good look at this?
I like the rust on the ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've barbecued once.
Or twice.
I should at least watch the fire. Ah! These are not expensive. You should have one.
Huh.
Dig in. Oh, you definitely want a piece of this.
Get up here. Get a hold of one of these.
I know.
The one and only Mr. Jonathan.
So I'm working on the show notes here. I just noted that Johnnie and Mike sample what Sean made. Somehow they forgot the producer who makes the show happen.
Huh.
No, we got you.
We got you.
That's a cool note.
Yeah, I just thought you'd want to know.
What do you think we ought to do about that?
We're gonna deliver one off the scenes for you.
All right.
Oh, all right.
Let's take care of him.
All right, this is my first time officially on the show, although I've heard every single episode. I'm a big fan.
It's not as big as John.
Not as large as Johnny.
Oh,
but I am a big
I'm
fan.
large in charge.
Guys, I'm still here.
I have had my eyes on these
What are you looking for?
these chicken wings here.
Oh, you got to try it with the peanut butter and jelly hot
Yeah,
sauce.
try it with the peanut butter and jelly sauce.
Get up.
This
And if you want the rest-
makes for a great podcast. All the dead air.
Yeah,
And if you want the recipe, just email Sean.
Jonathan, what do you think there, pal?
That's good. That's very good.
doesn't suck.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, now this.
Is there a coating? There's a coating on these.
There is a slight coating. I was experimenting. I'm trying to get like a crispy wing off of a Kamado smoker without having to deep fry it. So this was round 2 in that experiment. I'm not 100% where I want to be, but we're pretty close. Pretty close.
It is a good crunch.
Yep.
The chicken's falling off the bone. It's great.
And it's reheat. Those were cooked Sunday.
That's even more impressive.
That's amazing.
That's what I like of it.
Look at you.
I'm just
Hold
going
on.
to use the
I
edge of
need
your
this.
napkin here.
Sorry.
Oh.
So, all right. So this is our first show that we've done while eating. So now we have to practice. If we ever get
John,
food on
look
the
at
show
you.
again, we need to talk and eat
Those
at the
little
same
Scotch egg
time.
here, folks. Look at
Because
that.
now I'm just
Look at
totally
that goodness.
engulfed in
So Sean's live streaming at the same time that we are recording the show.
Facebook Live, yeah.
That is, that's pretty awesome.
Whorish of me. But if you know me, you already knew that.
I've never met anybody that shows up to a podcast with a smoker and sets up and then cooks outside. When he pulled in and said, "Hey, do you mind if I set this up out here?" I'm like, "Absolutely not. What can I do for you? Do you need power?" And he said, "All I need is the Wi-Fi password." And luckily, our Wi-Fi is open, so he was able to rock and roll with that. Quite an impressive little smoker you have there.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it is. And these things, it just tastes like a breakfast sandwich without the
it's
English
a
muffin
complete
or whatever.
meal.
It's phenomenal.
It's a complete meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delicious.
And how easy was that setting up Flame Boss today?
Very, very easy. You had 2 little pieces of fire starter down there, got it rocking and rolling. The fan kicked on when it needed to. All battery powered, no external power.
Battery pack.
Came up to temperature very quickly, held the temperature, and this is your 3rd cook on that one batch of charcoal.
One load of charcoal, and we were talking about charcoal before, and that is the Fogo charcoal. It's the Cuban blend, which is my favorite because it's still got the super density that their other blends have, but the pieces are much smaller. So I find that, especially on Ike, the little guy, I get a longer, more consistent cook. The temperature doesn't fluctuate as much because we're not trying to light big pieces. And
you're able to communicate.
He's going back after it.
You're able to communicate with the unit.
Yep.
As long as you're able to connect to the internet.
So can we bring up the Flame Boss on the screen?
I don't know. I don't think he's got a Scotch egg in front of him. I think he's a little busy.
Might have to wait. Well, it's interesting. Since you mentioned that, I am looking at the graph, and that pit temp that had spiked to like 274 is now down to 266. So it has turned the corner. There it is. I'm pointing like you can see what I'm pointing at. Like you can see this one either. I'll show you guys because you're my friends. Now, let's do this. Ed, can you please scroll up to the numbers, the temp up at the top? Perfect.
So this is Flame Boss 101 right now.
Look at this. 222.
So you're you're going to change the temperature, and it's going to automatically do what it needs to do to get the temperature down. That's pretty awesome.
Wow.
That is pretty awesome.
I do this while I'm driving.
And no, don't do that.
No, I don't.
It's what's really great is
actually driving.
That it's relatively chilly outside.
Yep.
I wouldn't even want to fire up my gas grill in this temperature. My gas grill's terrible, but I wouldn't want to fire it up in this temperature because I'd be struggling just to get the meat to cook, period. Just on the outside, let alone any sort of penetration. But, I mean, it's cold out. It's going to snow tonight, and you're out there pulling 264 and 222 without an issue.
Absolutely. The beef knuckle that I did that 30-hour cook, that was in 14 degrees. 14 degrees. I cooked at -6 degrees overnight on Valentine's Day one year.
Oh, I was going to say why, but because it was Valentine's Day. So you would
No, my wife was in Florida. I was home by myself. And
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
I did a pork belly overnight. I did beef ribs. I put pork ribs on in the morning. And then, honest to God, I was making my very first ever Scotch eggs. And my phone goes off. And it's my buddy Scott. And he goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm making dinner for us." And he goes, "Well, funny, that's why I'm calling." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, I'm sitting here on the couch, and Lisa, his wife, looks at me and goes, 'I don't get it.'" And I said, "What?" And he goes, "Well, Danielle's in Florida. Sean's cooking a shit ton of food. What are you doing here?" So on Valentine's Day, she sent her husband up to see me because my wife was away, and I was making barbecue. That's pretty awesome, right?
That's a bromance. A bromance.
Pretty good deal there.
I got to try one of these eggs. Let's see.
I've never heard of the word.
I think it's delicious, and it's also the 2-minute warning.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I got it.
You know, are these Weight Watchers?
Yeah. Well, they're fat free.
Perfect.
This is not going to work at all. Let's try. Borrow your knife. Oh, look at you. Look at you.
CJ, what's up, brother?
Oh, boy.
CJ's in the chat. John Shaughnessy, better known as Shogga. Shog is there. Eric Spencer, my man. Been a long time, brother.
So excited.
Have you ever heard of the word Scotch eggs ever this much in your life before?
I heard Scotch and eggs at a strip joint once.
Scotch and legs and eggs.
Legs and eggs.
Legs and eggs.
Kegs and eggs.
Kegs and eggs, yeah.
Depending on the situation you're in.
Yep. CJ, I hope you're ready. We're going to have a fantastic hot seat next week.
The hot seat, we're going to be ready for that one.
Yep.
Going to get you trained in there, try to get you involved maybe this week in your little chat. He couldn't figure out how to join the chat room the other day.
Yeah. I also might need help with that, too.
Yeah, we'll get you there.
But,
well,
we tried.
Sean, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Sean.
Thank you for
delicious
showing us the fruits of the labor and what the flame broths can do.
Yep.
But, well, that's it for this week, folks. We'd like to thank you all for joining us. We'd love to hear from you. Please send your questions and comments to pitlifebbqpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on social media on Facebook and YouTube. Catch the audio version on iTunes and any other podcast carriers. And Mike.
And check us out on UnitedPodcastNetwork.tv. You can find this podcast and the vodcast, which is video on demand, in case you want to watch it. Find this episode and all previous episodes on UnitedPodcastNetwork.tv. Please subscribe and share.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe, folks. We appreciate it. Had a new numbers, 20,000 viewers and listeners this past for the month of January. Thank you, folks, so much. Until next week.
Thank you.
Keep the smoke rolling.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.